Hi everyone, welcome to Hari's Academy. Okay, so as we discussed in the last session, today we are going to learn about demo on EBS. Elastic Block Storage. We have seen what are the advantages and limitations of it. Now let us see with a demo how it works. Now what we are going to do here, the first step would be creating an Ubuntu EC2 machine with the default root volume which comes automatically with this particular machine, which is 8 GB of storage. Then what we'll do, we will add an additional volume of 1 GB in the next step, and also try to add a file to this newly created EBS volume. Rather than creating it on the root volume, I'll create it on the new EBS volume. After that, we will verify whether the file is stored on the right volume or not, and then what we'll do at the end, we'll try to terminate the EC2 instance, which should also terminate the root volume defaultly, because the default termination flag will be checked as yes, and then our only new volume should be existing. One more additional step we'll add it here, which is we will try to attach this new volume to a new EC2 machine. Okay, and then we'll see if we are able to have that file 1.txt present or not. We will verify that. That is the additional step we can do it. And we can also prove that we can attach this volume to any EC2 instance, but that should be in the same availability zone. That is the only limitation which we have here. Now let's quickly go on to EC2 dashboard. I'll go to running instances. Let me launch a new instance of the way. Let me go to Ubuntu. I'll search for that. I'll select Ubuntu machine. I'll go with default T2 micro and go to configure. I'll select the default settings here. I'll go to add storage. Here I will have this checkbox ticked in. That means it will be deleted once the EC2 machine will be terminated. I'll go to add tags. I'll say add tag. I have created the name as our Ubuntu EC2. We'll give this name, and then we'll go to configure security group. We will have the default SSH because only that is required for now. I'll go to review and launch, and then launch it. I'll select my key pair as my demo key pair. I'll acknowledge it and then launch the instance. So this is the first step which I have done. I'll see whether the instance is launching or not. So this is the new EC2 instance which is created in availability zone AP South 1B. This is important for us because we are going to create a EC2 additional volume which should also be in the same availability zone to have it accessible to this particular EC2 machine. So it will take a couple of minutes, and now it is running. Let me go to public IP and then try to log in with the same username, which is ubuntu@IP address. Sorry, it's not copied. And then I'll go to SSH, auth, browse, and then go with my demo key pair. I'll open the instance. I'll click on yes. Now I am into my system. So I'll go to clear and then elevate my permissions to root user using sudo su. There is one command to see how much data is there or how much volume or storage is there in our system. So we can use fdisk -l and click on enter. You can see 3 disks are shown here. One is dev/loop0, dev/loop1. These are default for Linux. So we are only concerned about the additional storage or root volume which we had, which is 8 GB XVDA. So /dev/xvda is having 8 GB, which is the root volume which we had selected when we are creating an EC2 machine. Now what I have to do, the second step should be add additional 1 GB of EBS volume. So let me go to volumes, new volume. Meanwhile, I'll select 1 GB as a storage, minimum 1 GB to maximum 16 terabytes of data I can store. Earlier I had told you like we had different volume types. One is SSD, then we have HDD and magnetic storage, right? There are different options. SSD is solid state drive, which is very fast, so I'll select that. And to be in our free tier limit, I am going to select only 1 GB rather going till 16 terabytes. That is the maximum limit which we can have. And then availability zone, when I'm selecting, I should be very careful my EC2 machine which is created is in availability zone 1B, AP South 1B. So I'll select this, otherwise I will not be able to attach this volume to my EC2 machine. This is a very important step. Now I'll go and add a tag. I'll say new volume, your name I'll give it as new volume, okay, and then go for create volume here. Now I'll click on close, okay. Now new volume I have created which is in AP South 1B. This is the availability zone. Now I'll try to attach it with our EC2 machine. Let me click on Actions tab, go to attach volume and then search for the instances. I have two instances running, but I am interested in our Ubuntu EC2, so that is where our tags comes into picture, because I have two machines here. I know which one to select now, right? I'll go with Ubuntu, and as it is in the same AP South 1B, then only we were able to attach this particular volume to that particular EC2 machine. So this is a very important step. I told you, right, like this is the limitation which we had for EBS. One EC2 and EBS should be in the same availability zone. Now I'll attach it. So in 1 or 2 seconds it will be attached to this particular EC2 machine. Let me just check it in the system as well, in the server. I'll do the same command which is fdisk -l. Sorry, I'll do the clear command here to be fair. Now let me do fdisk -l. Now I can see 8 GB is already there. Along with that I have 1 GB extra storage which is got added recently. So that has a disk name as /dev/xvdf. Okay. Now what I'll do, I'll clear it. This is attached. Now what is our next step? Our next step would be to create a file on EBS volume and then try to verify if the file is stored in the same volume or not. So for that, in Linux everything is a file and a folder, so it will not be like drives which we have it in Windows. So here we have to make a file system and then create a directory, map to both of it, and then we can store the data into it. So we'll see how it works. First what we have to do is we have to format the disk which we have created. So xvdf is the disk we have created. I'll right click on this. mkfs is nothing but make file system. If I want to learn more about a Unix or Linux command, I can use man command. So rather going to this, I'll go with man and then mkfs if I want to know more about what is mkfs. So mkfs builds a Linux file system. You can learn more details about what mkfs does and what are the options we have here. And once you are done, you can use q command to quit. When I do q, it will be quitting that particular manual. Now what I'll do, mkfs /dev/xvdf. You might be getting confused like why we are only giving /dev/xvdf. We have seen that already. fdisk -l, when I did, I can see like the disk name which is given for 1 GB is /dev/xvdf. That is why I am giving it this way. Okay. So let me clear this screen again and then do mkfs /dev/xvdf. Now file system is formatted. Now what I have to do, I have to create a directory called /mount, any directory name /mount/disk1. Okay, I'll click enter. Now what I have to do, I have to map these two, the file system and the disk directory. I have to map so I'll try to mount this using this command, mount /dev/xvdf/mount disk1. Now these two are mapped to each other. Now whatever I have to write it on disk1 folder, it will be written directly onto this root, this additional volume or new volume which we have added to EC2 machine. Now what I'll do, I'll create a file using echo command. So what I'll do, I'll right click on it, echo file created, file successfully mounted on disk 1, and I am creating a file called file1.txt on disk 1. Now when I write it here, it is written properly. Now let me go to that particular directory which is mount /disk1 and then do a list. See, this file is now created. Now I can check the contents of the file using cat command, cat file1.txt. When I click on enter, it says file successfully mounted on disk 1. So first step is completed. We have verified, we have created a file here on new volume. We have also verified whether this is stored on new volume or not. So for that verification, we can do this way. We can go for df minus h. When I do this, I can see this xvdf, which is a new volume. It is mapped to /mount/disk1. That is where we are storing this file called file1.txt. So it is verified now. Now what I'll do, the next step would be to terminate the EC2 instance, and then which will terminate the root volume also. Only our new volume should exist now. Now what I'll do, I'll go to my machine, I'll go to EC2 dashboard, and then go to running instances. I'll terminate this instance, sorry, this is running already. So this is the running instance. I'll go to actions, instance, and terminate. So it says a warning that EBS backed instance also will be, the root EBS volume will also be deleted, which is what expected. We'll terminate it. It will take a couple of minutes. So I will see if this is terminated or not. While doing this, I'll go to EBS volumes and I'll see the volume which is in use earlier, right? That root volume is deleted now. Now go to the volumes and see now that volume is got deleted. Now I have only the additional volume which is still pending, right? Still available. Now what I can do, I can attach this volume to a new EC2 machine. So let me create a new EC2 machine, and then we should be able to see that file1.txt which we have created here. That file1.txt should be present in that particular disk, and also we can avoid this formatting step because it's already done in the earlier for the earlier EC2 we have done it already. So this step should be, we can avoid it, and then we should only be able to mount the directory and then map it, and then we can see this file should be present in there. That is one more verification step. So I'll go to this, I'll go to EC2 dashboard, click on running instances, and then create a new instance here. I'll quickly create a new instance with Ubuntu. Go to Ubuntu, select this T2 micro, instance details, everything is same, add storage which will be the same, tags, okay, I'll add a name tag here which will say newly created instance. Okay, I'll go to security group, I'll have the SSH which is same, I'll review and launch, I'll see if everything is fine or not here. Let me see if I am missing anything here. Okay, everything looks good, instance details, everything looks good. Now let me go to launch. Now I'll choose the same key pair which is my demo key pair, acknowledge it, and launch the instance. So once the instance is launched, I'll try to attach this volume to this particular newly created EC2. In a couple of minutes it should be ready and running. Till then what I can do, I can go to volumes and I can see newly created instances also, that root volume is also showing as in use. Now I'll go to instances, which is the new one, this is the new one, it is running. Now I'll copy this IP address, let me add this new volume which I have created just now, newly volume, I'll add it to or attach volume to the new instance. So this is newly created instance because it is in the same availability zone which is AP South 1B. I will be able to attach this particular machine. Let me attach it. So now this also will be in use. Earlier it was in available state. Now I have copied this. I'll close this putty instance and I'll open a new one. I'll launch to the new instance now. Ubuntu @ the new IP address. I'll go to SSH, expand it, go to auth, browse, and then my demo key pair. Let me open that. I'll click on yes. Now I'll clear the screen, go to sudo su, elevate my permissions to root level. Now what I'll do, now let me do diff fdisk -l to see what is the volume. This is the additional volume which we are talking about. It is attached now to EC2 instance. 8 GB is already there as a default volume, and this is the additional volume which we have added. Now what we have to do, earlier we have done these few steps, right, like formatting the disk and all, hard disk and all, right. The formatting disk step we can avoid now. Only thing which we have to do is create a directory and then try to mount or map this to that particular disk. So I'll use this commands, quickly do this. We have done the same steps earlier. So I'm just going it. I'll mount it now. Now it is mounted. Now what I'll do, I will not create any file now here. I'll just try to verify it. So let me go to this folder which is /mount/disk1 where the file is stored. I'll go to this file, do a list ls-la. Now I can see file1.txt is still present here because it was created in the earlier step, and because we have deleted the EC2 instance, we have still the EC2 new volume, EBS new volume created or present. That volume we can use it, and now I can go and check what is the contents of this file by using cat command file1.txt. You can see the same message, files executed or successfully mounted on disk 1. That way we can verify and we can use this EBS volume if there is a issue with the server, and if the server gets crashed, the EBS volume will have the data stored. So that data can be attached to another EC2 machine, but that should be in the same availability zone. That is the only limitation which we have for EBS volume. So one last step which we are going to do here now is to undo whatever we have done till now to avoid extra charges. So what we do is we undo whatever we have created. So what I have created instances. I'll go to EC2 dashboard, running instance, and this is the newly created one. I'll click on this, go to actions, instance state, and then terminate it. Let it terminate the EBS volume as well, the root volume, and along with that I have also created a new volume, right? So terminated, so it is already available state. I need not worry about detaching it now. I can directly go to delete volume. When I click on delete volume, it got deleted completely. So this way we have undo everything whatever we have created till now. So now we are good to go. I hope the concepts and demo is clear. I'm going to have this step-by-step procedure in the description box, so you can get all those details there. Try to do this demo, and in case you have any queries, you can reach out to me on the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Happy learning.